Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of the AFK Hour Podcast. I'm your host, jlucio, and today we have LeoErebus.
Hello, everybody.
And StevieRay.
Hi again.
Last week was the Xbox conference, and wow, they premiered 20 games. It was, in my opinion, it wasn't as good as the other ones because they had more gameplay, but I mean, they did okay, honestly. They started off with Halo Infinite, and it seems like a really cool game.
Look, in my opinion, this year's Xbox conference sucked so much. It had trash games that I've never heard of. It was just something there was nothing I was hyped for. The only game I was really hyped up for was Halo Infinite, and I thought it looked really good. It looked like the HUD and everything. It just kind of gave me the resemblance of like the old Halo 3 and Halo 2. I didn't feel like that with what was it, Halo 4? I honestly lost track after Halo 3. But they didn't look what I would think Halo would look like compared to this one, if that makes sense.
No, I completely agree with you, and in that sentiment, like there was not a lot of wow factor in that conference. Like they pretty much, and it might just be because they had advertised so much. We're gonna show you Halo Infinite. We're showing you Halo, and then it was like, okay, what are we gonna do? And then they did and one more thing, but we'll get into what the one more thing was, which I don't think it was that good. But when you compare, so just in general, comparing the Xbox conference to the PlayStation conference, think about what we got at the PlayStation. We got new Spider-Man, which was a total surprise. We got like a bunch of like new games, like that Ghostwire Tokyo. We got the new Horizon like announced. There's so much stuff. We got Bug Snacks, bro. Like come on. Nobody's ever gonna forget Bug Snacks. And also like it was the games plus the reveal of the console itself. So it was just like so hype. There was just so much to go around it.
It was just a quick annotation when I was watching, because I didn't wake up that early. My sleep schedule's totally messed up, and I'm waking up like at 12 p.m. every day. I watched the rerun, and I honestly do not even remember seeing them showing the controller or even the console. I don't know why. I don't remember seeing that.
I don't think they did. I don't think they actually
they did
showed
it,
it or
right?
premiered it. No, I don't think so.
Okay. I was like, did I miss it? Like, what?
The controller is basically the same, but they revealed the console like at an earlier date, and then they said, "Wait for all the game reveals in July," and which was this. And,
okay.
Yeah, and honestly, like if they would have done all that, and then they would have revealed the price, I would have been like, "Whoa, Pog, like $400." Like I don't even know what it's gonna be. But can you imagine if they were just like, "You're gonna get all this for $400," or what if they were just like, "You're gonna get all this for $10 a month with Xbox Game Pass, including the console," or just some. They didn't have something to make you go. They didn't have something that made me go, "Oh, did you check that out? Like you gotta see this," or like whereas Sony, like I'm looking back at it, like they just had all the hitters. They had Gran Turismo 7, Ratchet and Clank, Hitman 3, NBA 2K. Like, bro, like they had it's all the good stuff. Meanwhile, Xbox had Halo.
that honestly didn't really felt like that, because I mean the other games are all like, for me, I mean, I don't know the companies. I don't look up to this is this company, I don't really look into that. But like they all felt like indie games to me. They all looked like super low budgeted, and like they didn't, like, on all those video games, they didn't really give you anything like, dude, look at this badass storyline. They're just kind of like, hey, look at the cinematics that we could do on the Xbox. Oh, and there's this game, by the way.
Yeah, that really surprised me, because I was like, harping back to the PS5 conference, they were like, look at the power of the PlayStation 5. Like when they showed the Ratchet and Clank stuff, where he's like rifting between the worlds, and it's like, this is the power of it, you know. Versus they didn't really show, like they showed like here's Halo, but they weren't like, this is Halo on Xbox Series X. This is why it's so badass. You know, look at, like, even if they said, look at these reflections in the, like they showed they showed Forza, which every new console has a new car game that's gonna show off the engine. But I mean, I don't know. I just wanted more. I left wanting more.
Take this with a grain of salt because this is my opinion, but I feel like Xbox and the PlayStation, they're both going for different things. In their conference on the PlayStation, it seemed like they're trying to showcase their games more, and the Xbox, it seemed like they're trying to showcase the Game Pass. That's a big push that they try to do with this conference, rather than focusing on the games, because most games are going to be cross-platform. Because not only are they going to be on Xbox, but they're also going to be on PC. So that's another big thing that goes for Microsoft. So I mean, obviously that's very disappointing that they didn't show any gameplay, because you come here to watch the gameplay, right? And all they had was really Halo demo and maybe another game demo, but that's pretty much it. All the other ones are new IPs, which I'm always happy whenever they make new IPs, because that means that there's people still thinking of new, fresh ideas, right? I don't know if they're fresh, but they're still new ideas, right? They're Microsoft throwing their money down. They're like, okay, this is gonna be big. We're gonna try and make it big, especially for the new consoles and stuff like that. So they're gonna try to throw everything they got, right? But yeah, like in my opinion, it just seemed like both conferences were shifted differently, or they're trying to do different things. And yeah, I mean, they showed only 20 games, and not like maybe 3 of them you showed actual gameplay. So that's kind of disappointing, honestly.
I do want to comment, like, yes, I completely agree. They are making a huge push for Game Pass, but I feel like it was missed. Like, they said it in passing that, all the games that are shown today are gonna be on Game Pass day one. So all the games that were there, if you have Game Pass and you're paying that $9.99, you're gonna be able to play them on Game Pass, which is huge. Halo Infinite, that's a 60. Who knows what those games are gonna cost? $60-$70 game.
Oh yeah, $70. The new Xbox games and PlayStation, they're gonna be $70 each.
Yeah, I think that there's still some debate. Yeah, because 2K says that they're gonna have $70 games, but Ubisoft said that they're still thinking about $60 games. So we'll see. But yeah, so not having to pay that money up front, like you can just pay like Game Pass for access to these games. I still think Game Pass is one of like the best kept secrets, because I feel like I'm the only one of my friends that has Game Pass. But yeah.
Well, can I say something real quick about the Game Pass? Like, even people that don't have Xbox, they get the Game Pass, which I was like, what the heck? Like, Eric, he's a die-hard PlayStation person. Die-hard, right? He only PlayStation. And he literally came on Discord earlier today saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the Game Pass for Xbox. I was like, what the heck? Like, okay, like, because it offers good games, like, for very cheap. You could play a bunch of games and stuff like that, yeah. And I don't know what PlayStation's doing, but I mean, they need to keep up with that, even though they have good games, but they don't have anything to the extent of Game Pass.
The thing with that, it's not only that they have good games for that cheap, it's the fact that you could also play them on the computer. I don't have to go out of my way to get an Xbox, the new Xbox for, I mean, they haven't set the price, but everybody's, estimating $400, when I could just get Game Pass on my computer for $10 and be able to play them. I think that's, huge advantage over PlayStation.
Yeah, no, that library keeps growing, so it just keeps getting bit. Like, but what I love about Game Pass is that they, like, you can try these games out. Like, some of these, especially those new IPs, like you don't know how they're gonna be. It's like, and do you want to spend $70 on a game that you don't know about? Like, hopefully word of mouth's good enough, but it's like, maybe it's like, but you might take a flyer on it. It's like, oh, you know what? It's on Game Pass. I'll download it real quick and try it out for myself. Like, I did that. Like, what is it? Sea of Thieves. I remember all my friends were real hype about Sea of Thieves. Oh, it's gonna be the next big thing. and then everybody played it. Everybody bought it for $60 except for me. I bought it on Game Pass, and they played it for a week, and they stopped playing it forever. And I paid $10, and I was out. And I only invested $10 in that.
And you also got a bunch of other games.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm gonna turn this off.
Yeah, like Xbox conference didn't do a good job in explaining the Game Pass, because you're right, like it was just in passing, like they're just like, oh, by the way, it's gonna be on Game Pass. They should have done like a bigger push, even though it seems like they're doing a really huge push, but it wasn't front and center. That should have been the main thing, in my opinion, other than the hardware and stuff like that, like showing off graphics and gameplay. But I mean, they didn't do any of that. They just literally throwed out some trailers and it was okay, I guess. But yeah, I was honestly disappointed. I consider myself a more Xbox fan than PS4, but in my opinion, other than the Game Pass, like PS4 quote unquote won the conference, in my opinion.
The conference war.
Did you guys catch? So like, I guess I'll say it now, just while we're talking about it. But did you catch, like, Destiny said that it's coming to Game Pass with all the DLC, and you can play it on the cloud. That was the first time that they've mentioned the game being able to be played on the cloud, because they said you could play it on the cloud and on your phone. You can play Destiny on your. They said you could play Destiny on their phone, and I feel like it was such a small thing, and you would think that they would hammer that home. It's like, oh, you got to get Game Pass because you could do this. It was just like, it just flew by night. I was like, what the hell?
So it seems like they didn't do a good job of showcasing what they're gonna do. They just like flew by everything that was important, and they're like, oh, here's Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, they put all their eggs in that one basket. But for real, like what we can say, what PlayStation did right and what Xbox did wrong, it's like they both showcased games, but PlayStation showcased, like, okay, this is what you're gonna be able to get from this, versus like if you're selling services, and it's like that's what Microsoft is, because I feel like they're probably gonna be making this Xbox for a loss. Like they're probably not, like when they sell these Xbox consoles, I don't think that they're gonna make any money on the console. They're gonna bank on making money on Game Pass. And so if they're doing that, you need to say why people should buy Game Pass, why people should look into Project X Cloud. Like, I don't know, man. There's just there's so many options out there. Like I saw a poll, it said after this conference, what are you buying? Are you gonna buy a Xbox, PS4, both, or neither? And everyone said neither. because they were gonna play PC, because they were gonna play on PC.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, I know that I haven't used the service or anything, but I know PlayStation is also slowly shifting into like being able to play on your computer. I don't know how well it works or anything, but I did see some sort of it.
Yeah,
I would understand to not buying any of them and just building a good PC for that price, you know?
It'd be dope if like they did some kind of partnership with Steam, because I think Sony already is putting their exclusives like just on Steam. Like, what was it? The delivery one just came out on Steam.
The UPS simulator?
Death Stranding. It just came out on Steam. And then I think Horizon came out on Steam. So their exclusives are slowly making their way into Steam. So that would be really cool if they could come up with some kind of deal. But
that would be really cool. I mean,
Sony
I already hate.
Dang.
I already hate the fact that there's Epic Games, there's Steam, there's Ubisoft. I hate that there's already so many launchers. So that would be really cool for me, at least.
And for the audience members that don't know, like all of us were originally console players, but then we slowly transitioned into PC. So now I'm pretty sure all of us are just only PC game. I'm sure some people play on consoles, but not occasionally. Like it'll be occasionally. And if they're gonna play a console, they're probably gonna play the Switch, if anything. But so like the fact that all these games on Microsoft and are gonna be mostly computer PC compatible, so you could just buy it here and you could just play on your PC. That's a huge advantage over Sony.
To get to the games, we already talked about Halo. Is there anything y'all want to talk about more about Halo?
I mean, we saw a demo.
What I thought was really cool in it was, I mean, apparently they got it from from Doom, but that whole new hook ability that you're gonna be able to use. I mean, I never played Doom, but I thought that was really fucking badass. Especially the part where he gets the barrel. Well, it's not a barrel, right? But the thing that explodes and you get to throw it. I thought that was fucking badass, and I'm wondering if you're gonna be able to do that on an online match, you know? Or do you think they're gonna keep it solely to like campaign?
See, so you're already thinking multiplayer, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a multiplayer guy. That's all I think about.
Dude, and that's the thing too. It's like games nowadays. It's like we don't even play them for story hardly anymore, especially if it's a shooter like that. Like we're always just thinking like, how's the multiplayer gonna be? And they haven't touched on any of that yet.
I think strictly on Halo, like everything that they showcase in campaign, you could do it in multiplayer. So to answer your question, more than likely, they'll be allowed to do it during multiplayer.
So you can't aim down sights? Is that what it is?
Oh my god. For those who don't get the reference, he's talking about when George was streaming Halo 3 came out. He died 100 times plus, by the way.
Oh. Well, I was playing on Legendary, okay? You make it seem like I was playing on normal. And for those of you that haven't played Halo Legendary, there's like a certain enemy type where if they see you, you're insta dead. You die. That's it. There's no counterplay. You just pop. You die. The end. Game over. Restart. Last checkpoint 10 minutes ago.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, and also like, I mean, I loved Halo 3. That was like the first game I played multiplayer.
Oh, so you should be good.
I mean, it's been forever. I digress. Well, we all digress. We can talk about this forever because this is a bunch of malarkey.
No, but I agree. Like somebody mentioned on Twitter like what if like on launch they've just been keeping it this secret of a Halo battle royale, like they just like a bunch of what is it, the trooper Master Chief
Spartans.
Yeah, just everything, just that. Can you imagine like that big map and just everybody just like 100 of them? I guess I don't know. I feel like that would be pretty pog. Like
that. I honestly, I mean, if you think of Call of Duty, they have their multiplayer and then they do have Warzone. So I think it would be a pretty cool implementation. I don't know English. If they were to add it into the multiplayer like database, you know, having the regular matchmaking and then also having like on the side battle royale, I think that would be really interesting.
I mean, I think it's completely plausible that they could be thinking about doing a battle royale. I don't think that they should though, but I mean, to each their own, right? But like, I mean, in Halo Reach, they tried to switch out the game type and they did something similar to Battlefield. Like basically you have to protect a certain location, and if you get overrun, you have to fall back and then protect that location, and so on. And that was in Halo Reach. And it was like the Spartans versus the Alien Creed. Like I always forget their name. And in Halo ODST, they did the waves, the firefights, where like it's just waves and waves and waves. And now they copied that from Gears of War, or well, I mean, technically they copied it from like Left 4 Dead, but like they're always switching out their game style and stuff like that in Halo. So obviously Halo is always going to be a staple in Microsoft. So every time there's a new console, they're for sure going to be like, well, right now it's 343, but back then it was Bungie. 343, they're going to be like, hey, 343, hook us up with the new Halo, and they're like, okay, I got you, bro, and then they make this game. And like I like how they go into the like it seems like it's gonna be an open world, so that seems pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm pretty sure no one played Halo 5. I have it, and I myself haven't even played it. It's just there.
So I don't think none of us did.
I haven't played it, and I was just actually looking it up. That game came out in 2015,
Yeah,
So
it's an old
and that,
game.
yeah, and I don't know, it didn't have I guess good enough multiplayer to keep it that long. I mean, I don't know, man. Uh, we'll see how it comes up.
I think the reason why it didn't do well was because of the hype behind Bungie, that they switched to a different IP to Destiny. So I think that's the main reason why like it didn't do well, because they're like, oh, 343, what the hell is this company? And because like 343 did Halo 4, and they did okay because they came out when the Xbox One was initially released. And then in between, when they did the newer version, the Xbox X series or the Slim, it's a different Xbox but different model. They released Halo 5 and 343. I don't know, people don't like them as much as Bungie. They practically idolized Bungie back in Halo 3 and Halo 2.
Yeah, well, hopefully Halo Infinite comes in clutch and it's really good. Another game I found really interesting is actually Grounded.
I'm really excited for that.
If I'm not mistaken, it was the one that it's a bunch of little people in like in a backyard, right, or something like that.
Basically, it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game.
Yeah, I thought that looked super interesting. It looked like a fun game to play.
Yeah, that one's coming out real soon, and I think all of us have been playing a lot of survival games lately. Like, what is it, Terraria, Don't Starve? Like, I think this is right up our alley. So I think we need to get the squad together on this one.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and I'm really excited because it's being made by Obsidian, which is the creators of Outer World and Fallout New Vegas, and they just announced Outer World DLC, which I never played Outer World, but that's cool that they're getting DLC. And then they announced their next RPG, which is Avowed, which looks pretty cool. It's set in medieval times, and yeah, so they went from post-apocalyptic with New Vegas to space with Outer World, and now they're going medieval with Avowed. So that's pretty exciting. They make really good RPGs.
Yeah, it looked really interesting. That one was one of the games that I was like, ooh, it doesn't look that bad, I'm not gonna lie.
The game I'm excited about is Psychonauts 2. That game looks trippy as hell.
Okay.
It looks real fun to play.
I never played the first Psychonauts, but man, what the hell is Jack Black doing? I love me some Jack Black, but holy crap. They were just focusing on him more than they were focusing on the gameplay.
that was their hard seller. That was like, hey bro, we got Psychonauts 2, but hey, we got Jack Black, bro.
It's really interesting because I've played Psychonauts 1, but I never completed it. I was just a fan of the whole concept and the director because of the first one. But they crowdfunded this one, Psychonauts 2, a while back, and then they disappeared. And everyone's just like, man, we got Skamaz, like Psychonauts 2 came out. It's been 4 years and nothing came out, and they'll be leaving like breadcrumbs, like, oh yeah, we're still working on it. It seems like they got crowdfunded, and then Microsoft was like, wait, hold on, you're gonna work for us now. You're gonna do the release for the new Xbox Series X or whatever, right? So I guess that's the reason why they prolong it, because like I said, like everyone's been waiting for this game. It got crowdfunded, and now it's barely getting released. And I like the fact that they added Jack Black. Jack Black is always a kooky character, in my opinion. He's a really funny dude.
Yeah, I never played the first one either, but watching the gameplay, it looks trippy as hell. Super interesting. I'm probably gonna play that one, and I don't play single players at all.
April, so you can get Game Pass.
Oh, hey, Xbox, can you give us some money over here, please?
I know. We'll take some Game Pass code.
Yeah, sponsored by Game Pass.
Not really.
Not really.
But I'm actually really excited for Darktide, the new Warhammer 40k. Did you guys play Vermintide?
Nope.
No, I would watch our friend Alex play it, and it looks really fun. It's like a Left 4 Dead, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, Vermintide was like melee, like you have your swords and stuff like that, and then but it's horde. It's like there's hordes and you're in a group of 4, almost like Gauntlet. Did you guys ever play Gauntlet?
No, I didn't.
No. I did not
Okay.
either.
Okay. I'm showing my age live on podcasts today, but no, it's really cool. And Dark Tide looks like more of the same. It looks like another horde style game, but it looks like an FPS. I saw guns, so
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna be really good. But yeah, hopefully we can play that one too.
Yeah, when I was watching when they were previewing it, I was like, dude, what game is this? This looks really interesting. Because it was the one with like the zombies or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, they were like
monster.
in the caves
I
or
don't know what they're
something like
called.
that.
Yeah. Dude, it looked really good. I thought, like, don't get me wrong, the games did look good. It was just not like, I guess, maybe like on PlayStation, when you think about like an Xbox versus PlayStation, it's all about exclusives. So I guess in Xbox there isn't many as exclusives. It's like, oh dude, look at this one. This came out on the Xbox last year or whatever. The last time, it was fucking amazing. At least, but yeah, that's my rant over PS4 versus Xbox again.
Anything else that you guys saw?
Another game that I really enjoyed, that I thought looked really nice, was The Medium. That game was like, I liked the concept that's like a dual world, and like it seems like you could phase between different realities, and whatever happens in one world doesn't happen in the other world. So like, I want to see what they're gonna do with it. So if I'm gonna get the Game Pass, that's one of the first games I'm gonna play. The Medium.
Yeah, it looked like I heard a lot of positive buzz from that, like on Twitter. Just people were talking, came back out of that pretty impressed, and yeah, I think it looked pretty cool. It might be like another one of those control type games where it's like they have some interesting mechanics and a good story. So it's always good.
To me, it looked like a spooky game.
It does look like a spooky game. I feel like this isn't up to your speed because you like multiplayer, and this is more going to be concentrating on campaign and storytelling.
Yeah.
So like, I like campaigns. Whenever I buy a first-person shooter game, I buy it to play with everyone else, but I play it for the story. I love the story. Like all the COD stories, I love them. They're in my opinion, they're like really good. Well, storytelling. Well, sometimes, not all the CODs, right? But like World War II was fucking trash. I hate that story. I was so angry because whatever. I could rant about anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
At least that never happened. So.
Yeah.
The one that I thought looked like straight doo-doo, well, another one was the gunk. When I saw the trailer, I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude? That looked like straight trash. I don't know about y'all, but that game looked like straight trash.
I mean, I would make fun of it that it looks like a cleaning simulator, but there's actually real cleaning simulators and they sell well. So I'm not gonna make fun of those.
Dude, because I was watching it on Twitch, right? So it saves the comments and they're all like, Slime Rancher 2 confirmed,
Yeah,
question mark? Because you were literally just sucking gunk, from my understanding.
Yeah. It's made by the people who made SteamWorld, like all of the SteamWorld Dig and all that. I never played those, but yeah, I know those style games, and it's just not my cup of tea.
The one that I was pissed off that they didn't give any information about was Fable.
Yep.
I've played Fable 3, Fable, the other ones, and the story is really good. You know, like, I like the story, I like the RPG element and the combat and everything. But this one, they didn't release anything. It was like, hey, so there's a story, dude. This is Fable. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, they've been working on this game for a long time, and it looks like it's coming out to Xbox and Xbox Series X, because it says optimized for Xbox Series X. So I feel like it's coming soon, and so it's just very surprising that they did like they ended with this. They could have ended with a big bang and then been like, here's the trailer. We're gonna talk more about this next week or something like that. But it was like, okay, bye. It's just.
What if they're like, here's the trailer. It's out now.
Bro, like then,
then
everybody
were like, Game Pass.
Yes, dude, exclusively on Game Pass, bro.
Damn.
Oh,
I
damn.
would have sold that right away. I would have bought that shit ASAP.
Dude, can you imagine, like, exclusive launch on Game Pass? that they have the tools to do this. Xbox, pay me. I am telling you.
So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us are fans of Fable. Like, I played the first one, second one, and third one, like Marcos. I was really excited for the newer one because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Fable was they're gonna make a, when all that motion sensor, what was that thing called? I always forget the motion sensor thing.
Kinect?
Yeah. When Xbox Kinect was originally announced, they were gonna bundle Fable, the new Fable, just for Kinect. They're making a Fable game for Kinect specifically, and after Kinect came out, they just dropped the project. It went to like the Shadow Realm, and we never heard of it ever again. And because like I remember the gameplay, like they're actually like you're controlling your hero, and you could actually ride your horse, and in the Kinect you have to move your arms around to actually make the horse go run forward and everything. And like it seemed like a really neat concept, and especially since Fable's really loved in the community. So it seemed like a good project, but they just dropped it, and they never. At least I never heard of it ever again until today. Well, during the conference.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it already, but I think you're right. Like the more and more I'm thinking about it, Xbox had a different game plan. Because what did they do? They started off saying, "This is all of our like Xbox studios. Like all the games shown today are all from Xbox studios, and we're gonna look at all these games. We got console launches, like exclusivity launches, and we have like Xbox exclusive games, world premieres, all that stuff. But they're all from like Xbox game studios, pretty much. I just wish I could have left a little bit more excited than I am. I'm an Xbox. I consider myself an Xbox fan. I had like the last two consoles day one. I was always like, I'm gonna get the Xbox before I get the PS4 or any other PlayStation. And I don't know, man. This PlayStation 5 looks good. They're winning me over solely on exclusives right now.
On the Xbox?
On the PlayStation.
No, PS4.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. Because I
Wait
mean,
a
they're,
second.
what do the exclusives? Like, what?
That's the other thing too, is I kind of don't need an Xbox if all this is coming to PC.
You see, yeah. I wonder how that's gonna work. Because I mean, as you said, like, what's the point of buying an Xbox if you could just get it all on PC? Not only that, just for $10, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm really curious if they're gonna allow them all on Xbox. I mean, on PC, or it's just only like some, you know. I'm really curious because they didn't really elaborate on it. They're just like, oh, everything's on Game Pass, by the way.
Final grade on the conference. We'll go first with Microsoft, and then we'll go with Sony.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Marcos, you go first.
Okay. Xbox, you know, my dog ate my homework, bro. That shit was trash. PlayStation, I never owned a PlayStation 3 or a 4. Well, 4 is just coming out, right? But I had the PlayStation 1 and 2. After that, I never played PlayStation again. And those games make me want to buy a PlayStation. So it would probably be like an 8 out of 10.
It's actually a PlayStation 5 that's coming out.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, I don't have any of those, so I want one. It makes me want to get one. So it gets probably a good grade, probably like A plus maybe.
So I'll start with PlayStation. I think PlayStation definitely earned a solid B plus with their stuff to drive it to that next level. To get them that A plus, I would have wanted to see the price. I want that price. I wanted to know that price because they announced. You know what? I'll upgrade them. They're gonna be A minus. You know, they're like at a 90.01. All All right, like that's what their grade is right now.
0.1, by the way. Yeah.
And if they had extra credit, if they showed that price, I would have been all over it. Because they did show, I gave them that extra bump because they did show the digital and the non-digital versions, like that's going to be available. I would probably get the non-digital one just because I want the HD Blu-ray player. But I think that's pretty sick. As far as Xbox though, oh man, I think they get a passing grade, but they're gonna get a C plus. Like we
just
got
barely.
like on just hype factor. If I combine like both of their conferences, the Xbox, like where they did the reveal of the console, plus this, like they'll probably get a B minus. But like just because the games aren't carrying that, they're just trying to win on services, and I don't know. I wasn't wowed. Just run of the mill, like medium B minus.
So my grading is gonna be kind of a little bit strict or really rough. I'm gonna start off with Sony. I'm gonna give them a B minus because for me, I mean those games seems cool. I like the exclusives and stuff like that, but it didn't make me want to buy a PlayStation. Nor do I, even if I don't like. I guess I kind of want to play them, but at the same time, I don't really care if I play those games. So I'm just like, if I'm so intrigued by like a game or something, I'll just go on Twitch and watch someone play it. I'm like, okay, well, this is good enough. So like, it didn't make me like, wow, I need that game right now, right? Maybe it's because I'm already getting old enough. I'm getting older, and like I'm not like a completely diehard gamer anymore. But yeah, it didn't make me want to go first day by PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. So I gave him a B minus. So for Xbox, I mean they get a straight out F, right? They get a straight out F. They're the student that was just like, nah sir, I'll do it later. Like I won't do anything. And then like when like at the last 2 weeks, right? The last 2 weeks of school, they're like, oh fuck, I want to graduate. Please give me curve. It's like, no, you can't get a curve. You have to do extra credit. And they're like, what's por ganas, right? They have to do it. They're like, oh fuck, I guess I have to do extra credit. And the extra credit was Game Pass, and that's because of Game Pass, they get a C minus. Just because of that. So they could graduate.
Damn. Professor George sucks, bro.
Mr. Lucio, don't get him. Change class, man.
Rate my professor F, bro. F.
Yeah. I honestly do think that Game Pass is going to be a huge game changer. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I think this is the future. Like, just continue doing different types of services like these, and making them cross-platform, like Xbox and computer. That's the future, in my opinion.
I mean, hopefully the future is not just Xbox and PC. I hope it's Nintendo Switch, PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox, whatever other console out there, so we could all play together. At least that's what I would want. But yeah,
but what I'm trying to say is that Xbox is doing it before. Like they're trying to pave the way. Else. They're trying to pave the way for the other their competitors to follow eventually. So in other news, Logic. For those people that don't know, Logic recently acquired a deal with Twitch that requires them to stream exclusively on Twitch. And this is like a 7-figure deal, and now he's officially a Twitch streamer.
I think this is a good move on Twitch. If you think about it, right now we're in quarantine. What are people doing? There's no concerts going on. Where are the concerts going to? They're all going online. I mean, I listen to a lot of EDM. I only gone to one rave, but I would like to go to more. Of course, COVID happened. All I've been doing is every weekend I go to Twitch or YouTube and go watch a rave-a-thon or a live, quote-unquote, performance done by the DJ. So we don't know how much longer we're going to be on this, right? as a artist, you still want to share your music, and not only do you have the power to share it live. I mean, sorry, I said that wrong. But you have the power to share it live now more than anything, because you're not running you're not going on a tour or anything because of COVID. So the next big thing is doing it live, right? So I think this is a really good move on Twitch, because Logic, I'm pretty sure, is not going to be the first and last rapper to want to make a contract to stream online, right? I mean, you could do it anywhere, but might as well get paid for it, right?
Yeah. They should have signed Soldier Boy first.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Literally, when you're like, he's not the only rapper, I'm like, what about Soldier Boy? They're doing Soldier Boy dirty.
T-Pain streams too.
Also, probably like a week ago, Wiz Khalifa also did one. I think it was Wiz.
Oh yeah, Wiz. Yeah, he did. It was for charity though.
Yeah, he did it for charity, but I mean, I thought it was badass, dude. He was just gaming with a bunch of another Twitch stars, I guess you would call them, famous people that are Twitch, that stream on Twitch. I thought that was pretty badass. Especially you get to see a different side of them, not just like their whole rapper career, but like how they're just at home chilling and how they are on their day to day.
Yeah. The interesting thing that I've seen about this though is that it seems like Logic is officially retiring from rap. That he's just gonna game now. He's not really gonna he might freestyle every once in a while, but he seems like he's all in on this Twitch deal.
But you gotta think, I mean, Twitch is mostly known for gaming, right? But if you look at right now, like the top number one category is just chatting. So maybe he could change into instead of just gaming, it would be like mostly just talking or hanging out, probably like live making music. I mean, I know he said, if I'm not mistaken, George, he said that this was his last album, right?
Yes, he stated that when he starts streaming, he's gonna have a release party of his last official album ever.
But I mean, you could still make singles, and if he said that this making music is his passion, right?
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure no one in their right mind would be like, you know what, I'm quitting my passion just because I'm getting $1 million. I'm just gonna game, you know?
I would.
Oh my god.
Hey,
I would not,
that bag's how big? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a gamer. Yeah, I'm a gamer.
7-digit bit.
Okay.
I mean, Logic to me, he's my favorite rapper. Like I love his music, I love his stuff. I think Twitch is making initiatives to try to recruit and try to curate all this talent and trying to recruit all this talent to specifically only stream on Twitch, because it seems like, to me, there's gonna be like a huge battle for content creators, not mixers anymore because they dissolved, right? For Facebook, for Twitch, and for YouTube, they're gonna have a really big battle towards cementing these contracts for exclusivity of these streamers to stream specifically only on their platform, right? And Twitch did a good move to acquiring Logic. From my understanding, he's doing this because he's gonna stop touring because he recently had a kid and he wants to spend more time with his kid. So I guess it came out just at the right time, right? Twitch talked to him at the right time, at the right place. Mm-hmm. Other than that, like I'm really excited to see what he's gonna be creating, and I'm for sure gonna go watch a stream. I know that me and you, Marcos, we were there when he debuted his album. There was like around 104,000 people watching him concurrently, until his stream crashed, and then they had to refix it and it went down to 70,000 because people didn't want to refresh and they're like, I'm out of here, right? Like, I mean, that's how Twitch is, right? And when he was releasing the album, like Marco said, it was really interesting how we get to see like a first-hand experience of why he wrote these lyrics. At one point, he even took out his journal and showed the lyrics that he wrote down on paper before he made it into a song, which I thought was really cool. I was like, damn, like if I wasn't watching, like if he was on Twitch, he would just have that to himself. Like I didn't know he did that because some people just get ghostwriters and they don't write their own music. And like he actually had a journal, and he showed it on stream, and like on specific lines of like he would stop the song while he was rapping toward like in the background. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this line, and this is why I wrote it like this instead of this way, and like fuck all my haters and whatever, right? Like, and like it was
boys.
yeah, all the fuck boys, and yeah. And I thought it was really cool, like how he was able to share. It was more in a personal level, but except like I don't know, this is kind of dangerous because like you have to remember, like obviously I'm an adult and I know this, but people that are younger, they don't understand that it's just a persona, and they're not really your friends. It's just a show. They're just like a celebrity or someone in TV that you don't know, but they like to pretend they know, but obviously you don't know, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna get really fickle. It's gonna be something like out of the Black Mirror universe. Something really bad's gonna happen. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about the whole Logic stuff.
I really did like when he was like stopping the songs and like giving his like 2 cents about everything, about why he chose this word and this lyric, and when it would be like, oh, but I forgot what song. I think it was in what was the name of the song? So, since you know more Logic, what's the name of that song? Soul Brain? No.
Oh no, from the new album?
Bro,
I don't know.
Yeah, Soul Food. If I'm not mistaken, when we were listening to that one, he was like, "Wait, before y'all say anything that this is like I'm rehashing shit. The only reason I put it into this album or this song because I wanted it in the album and all that shit." And I thought that was really fucking badass.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. Like what he was talking about, all that stuff and whatnot. So like, I feel like Twitch was able to get ahead of their competitors and to acquire like real mainstream talent, because this is the first time someone from the mainstream, quote unquote mainstream, is coming to the gaming world. And they're trying to normalize gaming to bring a bigger audience, in my opinion. Well, I mean, honestly, I could talk about Logic all day, every day, but we're going to continue going. The next thing that came up was that Rocket League is now going to be free to play.
Yeah, so this is going to be part of the deal with Epic. So Epic bought Psyonix, and they're going to have the exclusive rights to Rocket League coming up soon later this summer. And so they just announced that as part of that, Rocket League is going to be going free to play. And it means a couple things. And what they detailed is that if you previously owned Rocket League on Steam, or I believe any other platform, you're going to, when it moves over, when it makes the jump, you're going to get some free stuff. You're going to get some like exclusive like tags and some exclusive smoke things that come out of the back of your car. But the coolest thing, in my opinion, you're gonna get all the DLC. You're gonna get all the Rocket brand or the Rocket League branded DLC. So all the Rocket League specific cars. And I keep saying Rocket League specific because there are some like licensed DLC that they had. Like there was, I think, the Fast and Furious car, the Batmobile, the DeLorean. You won't be able to get those, which kind of sucks. But I think if you buy them before, I don't even know if they're still available, but if you buy them before, if you have them, they'll carry over, but you won't be able to, you won't get them for free. And I don't think you'll be able to repurchase them later on, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was really cool. So, because I think I've played Rocket League since launch pretty much, but I only bought one DLC because I only liked like one car, which was like the Dominus. And that was like one of the early DLC cars. But it's really cool because now I'm gonna be able to get all of them, and I'm not gonna have to worry about having to buy all that DLC again. It's just gonna and they didn't even say, oh, if you have it, it's just gonna carry over. They're just saying, nah, we're just gonna give it to you. So that's really cool, and I think it's gonna really build that player base on Epic. It's gonna get a lot of eyes. That's the whole reason why they're making it free to play. It's because it's going to Epic. And they want day one when it launches. It's like, you never played Rocket League, or you never bought Rocket League. Here you go, it's free, and you got all this DLC.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I played Rocket League for a little bit when it had come out. It's a really fun game. I mean, I know it has gone competitive, and it's really like I've played some of it, right? But like the moves they pull when you're like when competitive are freaking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're like going like underneath like to the very top and like going like I don't know. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I have some friends that are really, really good. I'm a pleb. I'm not very good at it, but it's still fun to play every once in a while.
Hmm.
So I think this would be cool, and maybe it'll get a couple people wanting to hop back in, maybe play some games a couple times. So
I've never played Rocket League, and like it never really interested me, especially the fact that it costs money to play. But now that it's free to play and it's on Epic, I'm pretty sure I'll give it a try. Even though that's not my type of game, I like if I'm gonna play a sports game, like that's soccer. I'm just gonna play FIFA, in my opinion. Like I'd rather just play the actual game rather than
Yeah.
having a gimmick about the cars and whatnot. But
What
I
about
mean, if it's free,
Lucio Ball?
I don't play that either. I just play FIFA.
They
I know
have-
that Stevie was really high ranked in Lucio Ball.
Oh yeah, I'm still very high ranked in Lucio Ball. It's almost summer game times, baby. We're gonna have those streams.
It's coming back.
We're gonna be Grandmaster Lucio Baller. Let's go. Top. We're getting top 500 this year. I haven't gotten it yet because of some stupid asses, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it this year.
I mean, I'm still on the fuck Epic Games train. I have yet to download the launcher. I log in to get the free games, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to download Epic Games, dude.
It's gonna
I don't
happen
know
one
why.
day.
It's eventually. I feel like it's gonna come, especially because I mean they're buying now that I know they're buying out games and shit, like taking them strictly off Steam. So does that mean you're not gonna be able to play them on Steam at all anymore? And you're gonna
Yeah,
have to download.
no, you're gonna have to. So what's gonna happen is that it's gonna be similar to what happened with Destiny. If you guys remember when Destiny, like they split from Activision, it was no longer on the Blizzard launcher, and it was just on the Steam launcher. So basically, you had to sign in with your account and get it transferred over, and it's gonna be a similar thing. So you're gonna sign in with your Steam or your Rocket. I think that there's a Rocket League login too. You sign in with that, and then you're gonna have to transfer your stuff to your Epic account,
Oh, okay.
and
Oh,
it'll be a one-time transfer.
I mean, they're competitors. I mean, now they are like for Steam versus Epic, since they're both launchers or whatever. So I mean, I'm excited to see what that brings to the like in gaming. Competition's always good. They're gonna try and one up each other. So like, at the end of the day, the only people that are gonna benefit are us, and well them as well because we're gonna be paying for all that stuff. Unless they're giving us free shit, but
Yeah,
Thank you, Twitch.
But, yeah.
Thank you, Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
yeah, thank you, Jeff Bezos. So the last piece of news that we got is that G4 TV is officially coming back in 2021.
yeah. So they announced on their Twitter, and they actually announced from multiple Twitters. So first it was just the G4 TV Twitter, and then they also announced from the XPlay Twitter, and then the Attack of the Show Twitter, just to kind of emphasize that all of these shows are coming back. It's like they're gonna have G4 TV, and from what I've read, it's a collaboration between like IGN and Comcast. So I think one of so Comcast it's being backed by Comcast, and it should be like a web exclusive thing. I don't think that they're gonna do like another TV channel because and honestly, which is good because TV is the wrong way to go about this when you have cord cutters, and I think most gamers, like a lot of gamers, don't have cable anymore. So I think going online only like is gonna be really cool. I'm really interested to see what they do, if they're gonna do like a live channel like on Twitch, like a 24/7 channel on Twitch, or like some other platform, if they're gonna have their own platform, or is it gonna be YouTube, or are they gonna do YouTube videos? I'm really interested, like in this day and age, how you bring back a G4 TV, because to get nostalgic a little bit, G4 TV for me was my gaming source when I was growing up. It was like I would go to the store, and I would get the gaming magazines. I was subscribed to Game Informer and like I think one more magazine. But there's like that, like you would get the magazines, and then G4 TV, which used to be Tech TV, that premiered, and it was just amazing. You just had for a geek like me who was like all into tech, all into video games, this was my channel. Like I like out of all the other things, like yeah.
Real quick, can you explain to the Zoomers out there that don't know what G4 was initially about?
Please.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it was originally Tech TV, and then Tech TV turned into G4 TV. So Tech TV was like all about computers and computer games and like just everything tech. Like they would do reviews. And G4 TV was just all about like games, all about video games all day long. It was a cable channel, and they did game reviews, they did game previews. They were at every E3 conference before there was Twitch. So they were at every E3 conference, and they were showcasing on TV these game conferences. They had talk shows. They had just game publishers and reviewers. It was just a way you could get it was the only way back then that you could get a behind the scenes look at gaming, and it honestly made me want to be a part of that. I had always wanted to report on video games and just get all into it. So I'm really excited that it's coming back. I think there is a market for gaming news and a gaming news source on an internet driven day and age, just full production. Because what do we have now? We have everyone's an individual, it's hard. We get some gaming news from some sources, but I think this is a really cool opportunity to get some cool news.
So yeah, I watched G4 when I was younger, really young. I used to watch that, and eventually it faded away. They just got canceled, and I know that Marcos is from the younger generation. I'm technically a millennial, and plus Marcos is a Zoomer. So I don't think he ever he never watched it, or he never witnessed it himself.
So I remember personally, I used to watch it, and then I did fall off because of they got really they got sucked in by TV, by ratings and stuff like that. So it's they started playing Ninja Warrior reruns, and then they started playing Cops reruns and all this stuff that had nothing to do with gaming anymore. They tried to and that's all they would play, and you'd have the signature shows, and then the rest of the blocks were all filled with that stuff. And you have I get it, you have 24 hours of content that you got to put together every day. But man, it just sucked because it went away, and it had a special place in a lot of people's hearts. I remember they had the last shows, the farewell shows of all those shows. It was sad. It was sad times. The only real major person that came out of there, I guess, is Olivia Munn. Who dated Aaron Rodgers and was in a couple big movies and TV shows. But other than that, everyone else kind of just faded into obscurity. But I did see all of them on Twitter going you're bringing G4 TV back? So it should be cool.
Thinking emoji face.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see everybody back.
But what I'm curious is how it's going to compete versus, I guess, nowadays news for gaming. It's all either YouTube or IGN.
Yeah.
I don't. Is Machinima still around? I honestly don't know.
No, they're not. Yeah, they got dissolved as well.
But that's the thing. It's I feel like it is the time for something like this, but I don't know how you differentiate between why do I go to G4 versus versus like just going onto Twitch and watching somebody play a game. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it all plays out. It's not coming out till 2021, but I don't know. There was a lot of hype between my generation, like because we were all just like, man, like we're ready for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
boomer. Man.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm interested, like their strategy, as in, because obviously they have the millennial people because they want to do nostalgia. I wonder how they're gonna entice the Zoomers and the young folks, quote unquote, the young folks, to actually watch the show, because like people are gonna purely go, in my opinion, for nostalgia reasons, and for other than that, I don't see any other reason to go, because like Stevie said, like they could just do it or watch it on Twitch, or they could watch someone else that's been doing it for the time that they've been in hiatus. Like if they were going to do this, they should have done it a little bit earlier. So like, because right now it's really saturated and they lost a lot of momentum. And 2021, like, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting though.
That's if we're still alive.
They are getting the backing of Comcast, so it's like that's probably just something like, hey, Comcast wants something gaming in their portfolio, and they're probably gonna do stuff like maybe they air esports. Like it's like, oh, like we're gonna be your home for esports. G4 TV.
Now that you say about it, I mean they have the power. Like, cause I didn't know that they were gonna be powered by Comcast. So knowing that, they have the ability to make their own channel on cable for just esports, gaming.
Yeah, or just advertise it. They just advertise it on Comcast, and like they have that backing. They could do that. So versus somebody on YouTube do you ever see a YouTuber on TV like promoting their channel? You know.
You're right. We don't.
Like what are you gonna see? What are you gonna see? You're gonna see G4 TV's back. Go here, and then you're like, whoa! Like I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Like so.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm really curious how they're gonna come over.
Closing thoughts on G4 as a whole coming back 2021?
StevieRay is certified excited. Soy mucho excited.
Pretty good. That's pretty good, man.
I like playing the I don't know Spanish card every once in a while.
You had me fooled.
All right, so Lucio, what we got coming up next week?
Oh, next week we're gonna be talking about anime. So for those people that are huge weebs, SavePoint SavePoint also has a bunch of weebs in them. So just get ready to hear Nick and Jesus and Marcos, Eddie talk about their favorite anime, and so hopefully you guys are excited about that. And I know you guys could talk about, I don't know how long the podcast is going to be, but I know you guys could talk about anime for hours on end. And I watch
part 1, part 2.
I watch anime, but not to the extent as all the other people that are going to be on that podcast. So I'm going to step down from that one.
I'm excited. If I don't participate, I will definitely listen.
I'm really excited. I watch anime a lot. I keep up with every season going on. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm excited for next week's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So that's all we got for today. We'll catch you at the next SavePoint.